Hello guys, this is your first and second stimulus package update for Friday the 24th. I'm going to make this quick, and all the information that I had got, I'm going to boil it down to a quick couple of minutes or so. Let's talk about the first stimulus package, and the first stimulus package only first. Why I'm saying that, because some folks that was eligible for money on the first package didn't receive it for numerous reasons. One reason was they didn't have a bank account at that time so that they can get their money. Another one was they didn't have a debit card, or if they was receiving a paper check, wanted to get a paper check, they didn't have an address to send it to, and so they couldn't get it. Or they had those things, and any of those things, and they didn't get it to the IRS so that they'll know where to send it to. And since then, you guys have did that, but still didn't get it to the IRS. Guess what? It's not in vain. You still can get your first stimulus package money if you was eligible. All you have to do is go to the IRS and give them an address only, for them to send this money. Why I say address only is because they're only going to send that first stimulus money to people who was eligible that didn't get it through debit card, their debit card, you see. So not your debit card, not your bank account, or any of those things. So you're going to have to send them an address so they can send this debit card. Now, they sent some last time, but folks didn't know it was the debit card from the IRS, so they end up throwing the debit card away. You guys did, with the money on there. Can you believe that? But this time, if you give them the address, it's going to be through FedEx or something, and marked urgent, and I think they're going to have, the IRS stamped on there or something, so you know where it's coming from. Open it, verify that that's where it comes, go through the instructions so that you can get it activated and spend your money, because that's the only way you're going to get it, through debit card. Now, of course, if you owed child support, this is still only on the first stimulus package, not the second. If you owe child support and you're expecting money, you're eligible, they'll send you a letter saying you're going to get it, but child support still going to end up taking it. That's for the first one. This don't apply to the second. We're about to get to the second stimulus package and the information that I have in a moment. But quickly, on the first one, you still can get it. Go to the IRS, fill out the information. They got it like a non-filers information thing that you can put in your information. They need an address so they can send you that money. That money is already there waiting. If you went there today and put that information in, you'll be getting a check like next week, or the next 2 weeks. But if you did it today, which is Friday, I don't know if they count the weekends or whatever, you can be getting it soon. And that way you can get that, plus they'll have information to send you your next stimulus package money. But you need to put, if you got a debit card and you want a direct deposit, put all that information there, address, debit card, everything, so that this next stimulus package, you'll be one of the first, which if you got direct deposit, to get this money. So do that. Information is important. Now, let's go to the second stimulus package. First thing is child support. If you owe child support, you didn't and child support took your money last time, that means they got all your information, you was eligible. Guess what? This time they changed it. Child support can't take your money. Don't matter how much you owe, whatever your situation is, you will be getting a stimulus package money, stimulus money this time. If you was a dependent, and for those reasons that you didn't receive it last time, you will be getting it. But you must give them your information. Obviously, if you got a debit card, which if you wasn't getting money through a debit card or something, go get you one. If you got one sitting around, because they send them free to you sometimes in the mail, activate it, because that's the quickest way to get your money. If you're receiving a paper check, it's going to be a delay, maybe, but since the IRS already have information, they went through this before, things are going to be quicker once they get the okay to send people money. So this is what we do know. We're going to get a second stimulus check. Some people that wasn't eligible last time will be eligible this time. And I'm specifically talking about people that owe child support and people who was a dependent on somebody else. And situations like you were 16 to 18 and living with your parents, but you might have been working or different things, and you didn't get a check, you will this time. If you was going to college and you was a dependent and you didn't receive it, you will be getting it this time. They changed those. But some things stay the same. They say they wanted to keep it the same because it'll help get money to people quicker. And I think they're talking about the $1,200. You know, they're going to keep that the same. They have wanted to only send it to people who was making $40,000 or less money, but they said they wiped all that out. Let's just keep it the same. I think it was $78,000 for a single person. They're going to keep that the same, you know, and so almost a lot of things are going to be the same, so they can give people their money quicker, they said. Even though quicker is kind of irrelevant because we haven't received money in months, when other countries have been sending their citizens $2,000 since the beginning of this each month, and they still getting it, but that's irrelevant. So they said on the time that people can start getting money. Both parties, I've heard from the Republicans and the Democrats on various interviews, and from other YouTubers and people who are researching this, that both parties said that they want to have this package done and signed by the 7th of next month, August. That way people will start getting money by mid-August to late August. Obviously they said, you know, if you're receiving a paper check, it's got to be mailed to you. It'll be a delay, but not a delay on them sending it, a delay on the mail. You know, it's got to go through mail and go through all these things. So that'll put a week in on a delay. But if you go on and get a direct deposit, any kind of direct deposit through your bank, through a debit card, through your Social Security card, your green card, it's going to be quicker, of course. But they need the information. And there's a lot of confusion on, should I go to the IRS? And because I didn't file, you know, or I was never required to file, should I give them your information? I say yes. Go to the IRS, go to the non-filers, put in your information so that it can be there. And the IRS can get it to you as soon as possible. You know, and I also want to say, I don't believe with the information that we have been getting that this is our last stimulus. Even the president said, he came on and rebutted what he'd been saying, how it's going to disappear and everything. He said to the people, the public, that this virus is not going nowhere. It's going to get worse before it get better. So that means the decisions he's making is going to be with that in consideration. Also, something that's very important, to sending the kids to school. More than half of the parents don't want their kids going back to the school with this virus getting worse. And I agree, and a lot of other people agree. So that means they're going to need to school their kids from home with the help of teachers. So these folks, especially low income folks, need the internet and they need computers at home, which they don't have. We need help from the government. And so they're going to need to switch money from school money to home money. But it's a big debate on how to do that, because of course, if you're seeing all these folks that have kids that's going to school, money, they're going to spend it on other things. And the kids not going to get computers, get the supplies they need. And of course, you know, they need to feed these kids more, and the kids not going to get it. They need to find out how they're going to do that. So I don't think it's going to be our last stimulus checks. It's going to be more. So that's some good news. With all that information, if there's any questions, something you need me to look up, I'll do it. When I get information, I'll come online and I'll put it on here. My last words is, be patient. We know we're going to get money. People is having problems right now. Landlords is having problems right now. These folks need money to pay bills, to keep y'all in their homes. Some folks is using this. They could have paid bills, but they didn't. They could have paid landlords, but they didn't. And it's not going nowhere. These landlords are not forgiving rent. They're helping people out to pay it, but they're not forgiving, and the rent is going up. You know, people on unemployment, I didn't mention these folks. They're going to extend unemployment, but they don't want to extend it and keep paying people more than what they was making on their jobs, which telling people, why don't I just keep getting unemployment, because I'm making more money this way. And they're not looking for jobs, trying to work again. You know, so they're going to lower it. You know, how low it go, who knows? But they're going to lower it enough to give you an incentive to go back to work when it's time to go back to work. Who knows when that's going to be? Things are getting worse. They're starting to shut down again. You know, and it's not going to get better right now. And I'm talking about years, because they don't have, it's not going to be a cure for coronavirus. Just like it's not no cure for the cold or the flu or a lot of these viruses. There's vaccines, which is something to help your body to fight viruses. Unfortunately, even with help, people's body can't fight the virus. There's going to be deaths, sicknesses, and this is not going away. Unfortunately, we're going to have to accept, like we accept the cold, the flu, and other viruses. It's going to go along with life. Sooner or later, we're going to have to just deal with it. We're going to have to adjust. The first thing is the Band-Aid, which is better known as the mask. We're going to be wearing masks to help stop spreading it some, and stop getting it. You know, there's going to be people who are just going to refuse to do it. They're going to fight and hurt other people because they don't want to wear masks. You know, some people are going to want to get out and party and, you know, and different things. Some businesses are going to have crowds anyway because they want to make money. You know, it's going to keep going on. You know, so all of these things is going to happen. You know, but in a nutshell, money, the government is going to give us money in August, mid-August. It's not going to be the first week of August. It's going to be, could be the second week at the soonest, and the last week at the latest. But if you're receiving a paper check it's going to be longer. If you don't have address yet, you don't have a debit card yet, and things like that, it's going to take longer to get your money. You know, the sooner you can get those, things taken care of, the sooner you get your money. So we're going to go with that. I'll talk to you later. And my last words, of course, peace, some love, try to get some happiness, wear your mask. It's a small thing to ask. It's a small thing to ask, to wear your mask when you go into public. You know, you could be driving in a car. You don't need your mask on while you're driving in the car. When you're jogging down the street, you don't need your mask on when you're jogging down the street. When you're out there fishing, you know, you don't need your mask. But some people are going into bars, when you go into stores, your neighborhood store, or the big grocery store, or wherever you're going. Put your mask in your car, wear it. When you get out the car, you forget your mask, turn around when you get to the door, walk back slowly, get your mask, put it on, shop, come out, take it off. You know, these things will help. You know, slow it down and help people go back to work. It'll help people going to the hospital, and it'll help the hospitals, you know, deal with these folks that's real sick and need help through this. You know, if you rebellious, you don't want to do it because your feelings and things like that, fine. Rebel, argue, fight, do it. You know, make other people unhappy. You know, I know that, you know, misery loves company. Do it. You know, but if you're not rebellious and other people not doing it, ignore it. Ignore it. You know, put on your mask. Walk away from these people. Social distance yourself from people who are refusing to do what's right. The same as in life, period. You know, you meet somebody, they're cool, but you see they're not on the right thing. Social distance yourself from these folks. It's as simple as that. But arguing with them, fighting, you know, the protesting is making it worse. I know we need to be heard, but the protesting is making it worse right now. I wish we could do it in another manner, you know, or at least for right now, put a hold on that so there could be some peace. You know, people don't want to keep waking up and hearing all the problems that's going on outside of this coronavirus thing. It's the most important thing that's going on right now. You know, I know others beg to differ because it's jobs, the economy, money, you know, and in other countries, it's floods, it's locusts, it's earthquakes, the CCP, which is the Communist Party of, you know, China, they doing wrong things, the Three Gorges dams and the floods, is a lot. You know, it's a lot on top of a lot. You know, people getting evicted, getting ready to get evicted. You know, landlords are struggling. It's a lot. We need to limit some of that together. Black, white, Mexican, Asian, European, Iranian, whoever the hell you are. God. Let's try to be peaceful. I know it's bringing a lot out on us. It's pressuring us. Some of us didn't even know that we was racist or had issues with other races, figuring out that is some because of all the things that's going on. And then we don't even want to be that way. But it's there. You know, let's get over it. Love, peace, happiness, be safe. Talk to you later.